Okay, we're going over chapter 22, which is about persistence. We have just gone over free will, and so this is just another aspect of the law of assumption that might be good to know for anyone right now. So it starts off with a bunch of verses, Luke 11, 5 through 9. And so the context is for this verse that Jesus taught them how to pray. And then he goes straight into this parable, this example of somebody going up to him and actually let me read it really quick right here. Let's read it from Neville. So, and he said to them, which of you shall have a friend shall go unto him at midnight and say unto him, friend, lend me 3 loaves, for a friend of mine is in his journey, and his journey has come to me. I have nothing to set before him. And the friend shall answer from within and say, don't trouble me, the door is now shut, and my children are with me, I cannot go to you. Give you what you want. I say unto you, though he will not rise and give him, because he is his friend, yet because of his importunity or brazen impudence, he will rise and give him as much as he needed. I say unto you, ask and it shall be given, seek and it shall knock, and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you. So the next verse is just restating what verse 9 said. For everyone who asks receives, and everyone who seeks finds, and everyone who knocks it will be opened. Okay, so he's just said here how to pray to the Father. Now there's a little bit of question I had here. I had some questions about this particular verse. Anyway, that's the context. So Jesus is telling his disciples how to pray, and then he says that you are to expect basically everything that you ask for. Okay, so let's see what Neville said about it. So. So the definitions. The first friend is the desired state of consciousness. The second friend is the desire seeking fulfillment. So first friend is the desire or the desired state. And then the second one is the desire seeking fulfillment. So thinking from versus thinking of. And then 3 is a symbol of wholeness. Loaves symbolize substance. So when the friend, well, when you are going and asking your first friend, which is the desired state, to give me substance, that's what it means here. Three things of substance. So 3 whole things of substance. And the shut door symbolizes the senses. Children and bread. Bed means ideas are dormant. Inability to rise means that the desired state can't rise to you. You have to go to it, and then opportunity, brazen impudence, and then all that stuff. Okay, so reading the passage over again with the definitions of Neville that Neville uses. So okay, so he said, and I kind of translated them a little bit before now, but just so that it's clear here what Neville means. So and Jesus said unto his disciples, which of you shall have a desired state of consciousness and shall go up to the desired state of consciousness and ask him, can I have a completion for the desire that I have is on his journey, and I don't have any substance to give to him. And the desired state is going to answer. I mean, not really, but the desired state's response is going to be, I can't do that because I have dormant ideas. I don't know where that comes into play, but I cannot rise to you to give you what you want. And then Jesus says, though the desired state of consciousness is not going to rise to the person asking for it, but because of his brazen impudence, he will rise. He will rise. The desired state is going to rise and give him as much as he wants. And he just restates the same thing with verse 9 and 10. Okay, so yep. All right, this scriptures versus the same thing. Shameless and impudence. This word is interesting. It's helpful for anyone who maybe is struggling. If it's helpful for you to adopt the identity or the state of being shameless and asking for what you want, then go ahead and do so. It's kind of like a fake it till you make it thing, because if you already assume that everything is yours, you don't need to act. You don't need to describe something as shameless. If you don't have any fear, you don't have to. Well, I don't know. But this just so that idea, being shameless, is contingent on the foundational ideas that Neville set in chapter 1. Everything's consciousness. You are made of consciousness. You can decide everything you want. By the law of assumption, all you have to do is persist in your feeling of the wish fulfilled, or being the identity, your concept, changing your concept of self into who you want to be or what you want to be, what you want to have. Okay, so shall be given into you, assuming you have already what your senses deny. So you just, again, he's introducing a negative here. You just have to want what you just, if it's helpful for you to think of denying your senses, which maybe, but if it's helpful for you to just right away establish the positive as opposed to introducing a negative, like have what you want. That's it. That's all you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about denying your senses. You just assume that you have what you want already. But these ideas, again, these ideas, the shameless, the denying your senses, the negative ideas may help to change your perspective on how to use the law of assumption correctly. Okay, so the Bible teaches. Okay. So and then 3 other. Are we done here? No. Okay, I already talked about this. Oh yeah, shoot. All right. Let me go back here. Sorry. We're not gonna talk about this. We're not gonna talk about Jacob. We're gonna talk about that later. Let's talk about wholeness here, because I looked it up in like almost all definitions that Neville puts. I try to corroborate them with some other source, and I think the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, which I've talked about in a lot of detail about why I like it as a source in the last video. Yeah, I try to look and see where he got his ideas from, basically, or if someone else is saying the same things that he is. Anyway, so I looked up the word 3, and 3 means conviction or subconscious impregnation, and then where you no longer have the desire, and that's a conditioned state which follows the work you did with number 2. And number 2 is defined as division or opposites. Your psychologically represents the desire, and then because when you have a desire, you're not whole with your desire. Okay, so it is not in a state. This is introducing a negative, whatever. Not in a state of wholeness. Okay, so that's what he may mean. How he may mean. So Neville didn't exactly say. Well, Neville said wholeness, but the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary didn't say wholeness. But since this is uniting you with your desire, it is understood, I think, in my head anyway, to be a state of wholeness. So the Bible Dictionary says to nourish, sustain, and give attention to your desire, feeling that as you meditate on it, you will appropriate and assimilate it into your subconscious mind, where it will die. It doesn't go on about the desire dying, but if you have a desire and it is dead, it can be because it is reality. You don't want something unless you have it. And so the Bible Dictionary says to feel and know that as you meditate on it, you will appropriate the desire and assimilate it into your subconscious mind. It doesn't say that it says it's not as explicit as Neville says, but what Neville says about your desire is that your transition from thinking of when you have a desire to thinking from when you just assume that it's here already. Okay, now we're gonna talk about something. Okay, yeah. The Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, word for word, agreed with, or Neville and the Bible Dictionary had the same ideas, which is cool. And then he defines all these. Okay, and all right. So let's see. So let's go over the Jacob story again. So Jacob was wrestling with an angel, and he said, "I'm not going to let you go until you bless me." So he's being brazenly impudent. And let's see, when the Shunammite sought the help of Elisha. Okay, so it's the same thing when the Shunammite, that it was a woman following Elisha. The woman said that he's not going to leave him alone until I think he blesses her. Let's go back. As the Lord liveth and as my soul liveth. Let's see. Let's go back and see what it said. Okay, yeah. So the context of the story was that she wanted to give, she wanted a son. And okay. And the child is laying down. And this is where he like lays on him, I think. Yeah, yeah. Stretch himself upon him. Okay. Cool. All right. Okay, cool. What was interesting was, in case I edit this out, is that Elisha says the same thing to Elijah. Right here, same thing. As the Lord liveth, and as you live, I will not leave you. Same thing here. As the Lord lives, and as you live, I will not leave you. Cool. Cool. Cool little fun thing. Okay. Let's close this and go over here. All right, same idea. All right, another parable. Okay, judge. So going up to the judge in the city, and basically not leaving the judge alone, and kind of for justice. And then so the judge is saying, though I fear not God nor regard man, but because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest she wear me by her continual. I just think it's kind of funny. Okay, what else? Okay, all right, next chapter. The basic truth underlying these stories is that desire springs from the awareness of ultimate attainment, and that persistence in maintaining the consciousness of desire already fulfilled results in its fulfillment. Same thing, just maybe different words. It's interesting here that the desire springs from ultimate attainment. So the desire comes from the awareness of ultimate attainment, and then persistence in maintaining the consciousness results in this fulfillment. So wanting something, desire, springs from the awareness of ultimate attainment. I don't know what it means by awareness of ultimate attainment. I can guess, but it's not explicit. That this means that if you are aware of already obtaining everything, so creation is finished. So then that's, I think, what awareness of ultimate attainment is, and the desire springs from that. So whatever desire you have comes from that. I don't know. Let's look up. Let's look up Mark 11. Oh yeah, okay, that's cool. I guess I thought of this. Thought of this verse. So it's I'm now I'm adding a verse, an example. So whoever asks a mountain to throw itself into the sea and does not doubt that it'll be done. Same thing. Same thing. This same thing is stated over and over and over again. That all you have to do is ask and believe, and it will happen. All right. So the assumption of the wish fulfilled has to be maintained attitude. All right. Secret of success. I think we're talking about over here. Okay. So it's not enough to let's not talk about the Bible here. Just for a little bit, because it can be confusing. So it's not enough to feel yourself in the state. You must persist. That's the reason that the injunction man, for the injunction man, always to pray, not to faint. Okay, so yeah, feel yourself in the state. So assume the state, assume that it's real, and then persist. So it's a continuation of assuming. If you are to stop assuming, then you're not persisting. So it's the same thing. You have to feel yourself and feel yourself and feel yourself and feel yourself. Okay. So to give thanks for what you already having. Do I talk about this here? No? Okay, cool. Okay, so let's go over this then. To pray means to give thanks for already having what you desire. Only persistency in the assumption that wish fulfilled can cause these subtle changes in mind, which result in the change in your life. It doesn't matter if they're angels, Elisha, or like the judges, all must respond in harmony with your persistent assumption. It appears that people other than yourself do not act towards you as you would like. It is not due to reluctance on their part, but a lack of persistence in your assumption of your life already being what you want to be. I wish I would have wrote this down or something. It's an idea that he said before, but it bears repeating because everybody has their shit that they go through in their life. And so I think that the idea that I said this, I think in the last video, or I edited it out, that you shouldn't think of like far out ideas like turning into another animal or something, or having that ability. You know, there's things like shamans. I don't know. That idea, this idea is more important. Is basically what I'm saying. That you are to persist in the assumption of your life being already as you want to be. I think that taking into account, it's called a pre-mortem. I think I've talked about this in another video, but if you have something in your life that you don't like, or maybe a fear or something, it's okay that you have the fear. It doesn't matter. It's a fear. A fear can be like what you do with the fear is more important than having the fear itself. So like people that teach the law of attraction, and you have to keep your vibration high and keep positive. Like it's okay to be fearful every once in a while, but you have to find out and be mindful where it comes from, how to fix it, yeah, and then how to manage it, basically. So yeah, there was this lecture, I think that I remembered from a while ago that I was listening to. Neville said that he wouldn't be surprised to hear that you were fired from your job if you were to want a better job. So as you're going through, there's a lot of different ideas that can be applied to you. Like you're a star in a play or a movie or whatever, and there has to be conflict, and this is all part of the bridge of incidents. There's a lot of different frameworks that you can apply to whatever struggle you're going through. So that you do not lack persistence. Okay, but the most important thing to keep in mind is that just simple, just assume the state of the wish fulfilled, and keep assuming until you feel like you don't have to do it anymore. That's the last part is added from me, and that may be like too simple, but for me it works. Just to assume what you want to. The being in a set state helps. Anyway, let's stay on track. Your assumption, okay, cannot be, it has to be maintained attitude that was fulfilled. Maintain it. And okay, same thing. It's so he says that it's the frequency that makes it natural, because he's established before that. Oh no, he talks about failure here. That it is, if you fail, then it is because it was not natural. And so he's saying here that the frequency by which you assume, the frequency of which, by which, frequency that which you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled makes it natural. And so that's how to get it. It doesn't matter if you do it at night, it doesn't matter, whatever. Yeah, it's yeah, so do it frequently. I'm a fan of this. I'm a big fan. I don't like a lot of rules, because if you were to, if you again, this is all like, if Neville says something, if you hear somebody say something online, just have it go back to the foundational facts that have not yet been supported by anything, except what Neville said. And but if someone has the sources for everything is consciousness, and not logical arguments, like maybe an external source, but everything is consciousness. We are connected. We are manifestations of I am, and we can manipulate, like make our reality whatever we want to, by assuming whatever we want. And so that leaves an imprint in the future as we manifest it in our human perceptions. So it leaves an imprint, and then since reality is consciousness, it conforms to that impression. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're good here. 20 minutes. That's chapter 22. Next, we're going to go over case histories, and this this next one might take a while, but yeah, look forward to it.